All right, for this journal question, they ask us to sketch this polynomial. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to determine what my x-intercepts are. So from the first one, I can see that x is going to equal a -3. We also have a -1, and finally we have a 2. Now, I'm going to put those 3 points on my graph now. So at -3, at -1, and finally at 2. Now, the next thing I want to look at on the equation is the exponents. So for instance, x equals -3. So it's a multiplicity of 3, which means we have 3 roots at -3. So I'm going to put degree 3. The next one is degree 1. And finally, the last one is degree 2. Now, what this means then is a couple different things. It means how it touches and goes through those points on the x-axis. Now, most of you have already figured out that the whole polynomial is a degree of 6. Okay, so it's an even, and we have a positive, so we know that it's going to start up and finish up as well. So the first one I'm going to look at is at +2. And why? Just because I decided I was going to start there. So if I look at that, it says that it has 2 roots there. I know that it has to come from the top. Okay, so I know that. Now, normally what I do, it helps people, is the sense that if it was only to a degree of 1, then I would keep going down. Because it's a degree 2, it bounces back up. So for instance, if I have something here and it's a degree 3 and I'm coming from the top, it would bounce once, it would go back up, but then it would go back down. Okay, and so that's why it would look like that. So degree 1 would just go through it. Degree 2 would go back up. Degree 3 up, and that's how you get that little curve into it. Okay, so I'm not sure if that totally made sense to you. So going back to, this was degree of 2, and I know it goes up here. I can actually figure out how far it does go up, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And then we also we know we have to come back down and hit at -1. Now it's only a degree of 1, so when it comes down here, it's just going to keep going straight down. Notice there's no curve, and then it has to come back up. Now at this spot, it's a degree of 3. So degree 1, degree 2, degree 3. Okay, so it bounces at those locations. Now, obviously, I don't want this little tiny bit right there. So back to my, so it comes up, bounces once, twice, and back up. So there's this little tiny wee little curve in that. Okay, I made it a little bit stronger for you. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense.